Thank you. And Helen didn't give herself enough credit because just about a month ago, Helen was appointed by the City Commission and is now our first female city manager in the city of Brownsville. It's been a real honor serving the city over the last 3.5 years. And for those of you that are from the Valley, I'd like to just remind you that this is the largest city in the RGV. So welcome. And those that are here, all of our friends from the state legislature, it's really an honor to help welcome you to the city of Brownsville. I know you've been on a great tour. You've seen some of the best parts of our city over the course of the last couple days. And I'm glad you got to see some of the great things that are happening here in our city in what really is one of the fastest growing cities in the state, and certainly the innovation capital of South Texas. I do want to really recognize 3 special people that are here. Besides all of the legislators that are here, I really do want to welcome and give a special recognition to the newest members of our delegation, and that is Senator Morgan Lamantia. Our state representative, Aaron Gomez. And our state representative, Jenny Lopez. So like I said, I've had the honor of serving as mayor for the last 3.5 years, and I did announce a few months ago that I would not be seeking re-election, so I will be transitioning out of this role over the course of the next 4 or 5 months. But you'll be seeing me at the Capitol quite a bit over the next couple of months as well. And today I just really want to just take this opportunity to talk about a couple things that are really on our radar and some of the things that are really important to Brownsville. That's me. That's I like to call that my how it was going photo. And then this is the how it is now photo. How it started versus how it's going, right? Okay, so one thing that's really on our radar for the city of Brownsville is broadband, and you heard Helen talk about that. And for those legislators that are here, this session, a lot of the session is going to be about broadband. And I think you're going to see and hear all sorts of different models. You're going to have your traditional model, which we're all familiar with, which is the incumbent providers like VTX and AT&T. Shout out to our sponsors, VTX and AT&T. Thank you. You're going to hear, and you're familiar with the traditional model, and that is something that's worked quite well throughout the state and around the country. But then you're going to see some other models, because not every city is positioned, and not every city really is a business case for some of the incumbent providers. And for those cities, we've got to kind of be creative, we've got to be resilient, we've got to look at ways to solve the digital divide, because the longer it goes, the more communities like Brownsville are going to be behind. So a couple of years ago, Brownsville was ranked as the least connected community for 2 years in a row. At that point, we took it upon ourselves to really try and find some creative solutions. As a city who needed to be connected, we found a third party that was willing to partner with Brownsville. And you're going to hear a lot about a hybrid model and different types of models. So for cities like us that may not be able to get some of those incumbent dollars that quick, you're going to see 2 different models. One's going to be a municipally owned model, which some cities are doing. Another one, which is what we're doing, we felt we were in a better position to do because the city really was not positioned to run a broadband network, maintain a broadband network, or really fund a full broadband network. So we used $20 million of federal dollars through ARPA to build a middle mile, and then we found a third party who's going to be investing $70 million in the city of Brownsville to build the last mile, which is going to be fiber to the home. So we're really proud of this initiative. It's going to be called VTX Fiber. We just broke ground on that a couple months ago, and you're going to be hearing a lot about that. So thank you for our commission for approving that. And really, we just want to ask our legislators, there's options out there for cities like us, so just keep your minds open for different options. Next thing is really going to be something that's important to us and important to Texas, which you saw a little bit of today, and that's the space industry. So we're really advocating for the legislature to allocate some monies for incentives for space companies. This is projected to be $1 trillion industry over the course of the next couple decades. Texas has been a historical leader in space. Texas is one of the 2 states in the U.S. that actually can do launch. So you saw the SpaceX facility. We're going to continue to do a lot of great things out there. But we really want to tell the legislature, hey, there's other states that are on our tail. You've got Alabama, Georgia, California, Colorado. They're looking to get a piece of this pie. So as Texas, we've been leaders with Florida. Do we want to keep being leaders? I think the answer to that is yes. So I would just ask you, please continue to allocate funding for states. Please continue to allocate incentives for companies that are looking to relocate to Texas. The state's done a great job drawing companies to the state. I just say, hey, let's focus on bringing some of those space dollars and some of those space companies to Texas. So please, that's something that's really important to us as well. With that, that's enough for me. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it back over to Helen, who's going to tell you a little bit more about Brownsville. Thank you all very much for coming, and thank you.